Welcome, welcome, welcome to Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live, where we are playing jaw harp and jaw harp style of musical instruments from around the world. I'm going to start off with some bamboo flipper. My friend Steve Kinwald makes these really ornate. Some of them are really, look at this here. Look at that decoration. They still smell like burnt, freshly burnt bamboo. But there's the flipper. Hi, Carly. Welcome to Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live. What are you up to? What harps are you into? We've been playing a lot of bamboo instruments as of late. Also, the Susap. I got two Susaps. Got my old school Susap from Steve Kinwald. George Pacheco. Hello. Welcome to the live upload. Well, hey, SS Slinger, welcome to the live. And I got my newer Steve Kinwald Susap. A lot more ornate. It's lower pitched. It's got a little bit bigger of a string. And the center of percussion on it is marked, which is helpful. I get used to where exactly center of percussions are, so I don't have a hard time finding them. But Steve Kinwald says they have better sound if you do a little cutout around the center of percussion. As a slinger. Yes, I did have a nice week. I actually am on a few minutes later. My whole evening has been running a little bit behind. Normally on Saturdays, well, Friday nights I stay up till 1, 2 a.m. playing harps and whatnot. And then Saturday, I'd normally take myself a short little nap in the afternoon. My 56-minute nap turned into 2.5 hours. I forgot to set my alarm. I woke up. My wife was still asleep from her nap. My son was YouTube. I'm like, oh, hey, we're on in the evening now. It's another Steve Kinwald, his swirl pluck bamboo. It's just basically a cubing. I've noticed on these, he went super, super small with the plucker. Or you got 80, howdy, just ate a big bowl of chili and kept playing harps for another hour or two until it sells. I understand that. I oftentimes won't eat until, unless I have like at least 2 hours in between my harping, unless I'm eating something really small and healthy. Just because when you're doing open close and opening up your throat and all that and doing deep diaphragmatic breathing or deep belly breathing, it's best if you don't have any food in you. You hear this harp's even sensitive enough, even being a bamboo harp, that it's picking up on me stuttering. That here's one open close. Here's like 3. Here's one open close per block. Here's doubling or even tripling up on it. So I like that the Kinwald are sensitive enough to pick that up. I've also got a double jingong from it too. I found in general, I like the sound of the lower pitch, and he's tuning them or dropping pitch using beeswax. Let's see if they're tuned. I've got a tuner actually set up. Let's see if I can get them. I've been having some trouble getting sound out of the higher pitch one. But I do need to spend some time with harps like this. You got to spend time breaking them in. You're not going to get click-free sound playable right away. Let's see this lower one. About 26 cents below a B flat. So that's like probably an A1 sharp 432. Let's see if something's about 30 cents shy of a note in 440. It's going to be close to a 432 or at 432. Let's see what we're at here. It's 432. Oh no. It's a few cents shy of that. It's basically an A1 sharp 432. Let's get into some metal harping. The majority of my play, though, in general, is harps in metal. Set up my tuner. Let's get a draw going. Here is the Viraram. Oh, summoning Matt Betts. Okay, yes, let's all call Matt Betts to name, and we will summon Matt Betts. Matt Betts. Oh, dude. Whoa, you just got it. Matt Boxcar Betts, we tried to summon you. Orchard Guy or SS Slinger said summoning Matt Betts with the hand symbol. So yeah, Matt Betts is summonable. We summoned the great harp maker of Canada. And I do have a Boxcar Betts here handy. Is this the Surge or is this the Flux? I can never remember. I need a trick for remembering because one's like rounded, one's like a 2-bend. This is what I'd call a 3-bend because you have 4-bend. 1, 2, 3, 4. His other one is rounded at the back, so that'd be a 3-bend. Boxcar Betts is spooky. Hello. Oh, wow, I am on no note. I accidentally typed in, instead of 440 hertz on my tuner, I typed in A is in 4,440 hertz. Okay, yeah, hold on. Let's type you back in at 440. Done. Here we go. Let's see what would be near here. It's a B1. It's about 9 cents shy of B1, probably because I pluck a lot on the outward stroke, and I just flexed it out a little bit. Spice Girl, you simmer down. Isaiah, hello. Welcome to the live upload, dude. That's a flux. Okay. 4-bend flux. There we go. I got it. It'll stick in my head now. You, yeah, you, yeah, you, yeah. Oh, Perilampo says, hi, people. Hi, Beb. Do you have Alexander Borodin's jaw harp here? I do not. Let's see if I have something to write with. Let me know what country that you say Alexander Borodin. What country is Alexander Borodin from? And maybe I can find his harp. I imagine it's Eastern Europe, Alexander. Yeah, it could be Russia, could be Ukraine, could be any of those surrounding countries. Which is easier to play? George Pacheco, these are good comments. Which is easier to play, pull string or plucked? I would say the learning curve is a lot easier on a plucked. We're talking lip played harps. On a plucked harp, you're just plucking. Well, I'm not plucking outward. I'm kind of stroking in line with it, the same as I do a Dan Moy. And pro tip, if you want your Dan Moy to last, don't pluck them outward. Pluck them, kind of stroke across there, plucking parallel with the harp. And you'll have less deformation, less breaking. Now, that is easy to do. String tapped, like what a Susap is, that is an extra, that has a different learning curve to it because you got to really devote yourself to breaking in the instrument, playing it 3 to 6 hours. Like I like to play it. I got this one a week ago. I'll play it for about a minute or two and I'll put it down. And then like 15 minutes, I'll play it in a minute or two. I'm breaking it in because the more I play it, the better it's going to sound. But you first are going to have to get used to how to get sound out of it. And a couple of nights ago, I was really trancing out meditating on the harp and playing this, I stopped getting sound because I was letting it go too slack. Is one thing you have to one thing to keep in mind with the susap is if you let it go completely slack, it will stop making noise. You need to keep some tension on it. And I was losing sound a lot when I do the draw start, when I let off, so I do the draw start and then I have to come back to it. But as I approach to make my string tap, I have to approach in a way that approaches and takes the slack back out of it because I'm maintaining with the draw step. So there's an interval and a time that needs to come together to do stuff like that. Now we're talking string pulled instruments like the jingong. What's that other one? The makuri out of Japan. This is another one, and a lot of people pull like this. And I don't oftentimes pull like that. A lot of times I pull like this, which is non-traditional play. Because I have to maintain, when I'm doing this, I have to maintain a correct line and letting the string go slack. I let it go slack in a rhythmic thing. If I start doing it at weird intervals and the string starts going this way and this way and this way, it kills the sound. So first thing with your susap is you got to learn how to make sound with it. And one good way I found to do that is take your string, get it there, and the string is what offsets the pulling. So if you try to just do it with the grip, you're going to get oftentimes not as good sound because to keep this from pulling out of your hands, if you're not using the string, you're having to grip it hard. You have to have a grip that lets it rock. Same as the susap. It's got to rock to rock. And then also you need to be plucking in a way you don't want your hand drifting far forward, far back, up and down. So these are separate things to keep in your head. So I'd say the learning curve is a lot steeper for a string pulled instrument than most other instruments. Below that learning curve, the susap's a little bit easier, but the susap had a big learning curve for me as well. Yeah, and in the next couple of weeks, I'll be finishing up the unboxing for the Kinwald because I wanted to take a few instruments and play them for several weeks. And Steve Kinwald encouraged me, don't play his instruments right as soon as you do the unboxing because they need to be played for several hours off and on before you really start getting good sound. I really like this plucked harps. I really like these flipper harps. On some of them, the lower note, and on this one, the lower and the higher is absolutely clean. That sounds like a drimba. We have lower clean. It's about a D2 sharp 430. So yeah, I really dig the Steve Kinwald in like plucked lip played instruments. In bamboo instruments. A lot of times I use either Abaddon or for my Karinding or Kinwald for about everything else because Kinwald has been doing this for years and years and years, and that is a separate learning curve because you could look at the tolerances on this instrument. They are so super tight. You could spend all that time making an instrument with these awesome tolerances, and then your bamboo curves or warps a little bit, and then the instrument doesn't play anymore. So he's spent years and years perfecting his craft in this. Listen to that. That is a bamboo harp that has a bell ring. It's nice. Boxcar Recipe has the Dan Moy. Like it, but it feels like yeah. Dan Moy, you got to take a little bit lighter touch and not be plucking outward. Be plucking like Neptune Chapotin was saying, plucking and brushing in line. And if you want to pluck fast with the Dan Moy, you used a wrist rotating motion. Your bamboo harps, you can get a little bit more aggressive with them. We did get in. These have not really played much. We did get some of the curved handle Kinwald in. And for bamboo instruments, they're not low cost. The Kinwald, they're all higher cost. We got some that weren't made by Kinwald. This is the Hmong harp. Dan Moy are made in presses. and they're made with a lot of machinery. This is an actual Hmong harp from Vietnam that's handmade. They don't come covered in carpet. This one's actually carved almost like a baseball or a cigar. And there are two. I think this one has 5 blades. And they're thicker too. Look at how thick they are. This is a handmade one, and they all come naturally curved like a banana. I like the cases, have grooves cut in them. These are a high dollar lip plate instrument. I don't want to play that one much. We'll leave that one unplayed. Because yeah, the brass ones really don't need to be played to get good sound out of. Let's get into some harping. Let's go on over to India. They have the Morchung. You can hear, I don't know if it's the microphone's picking up. Comment if you can hear that. There are 2 little Yorkies upstairs barking because my wife or her mother left her dogs with us. So we have Riesel, Diesel, Sneasel, the big dog, and 2 Yorkies that are. Do you still place them against your teeth? Great question, George Pacheco. No, these bamboo plate harps. No, not played against the teeth. Like the Susap is rocking in front of the lips. I'm not quite on. Where are you? So I'm kind of keeping my lips up there and letting it rock. And when I go to hit my draw start, I'll seal my lips around it and punch an in breath. So yeah, let's play. Let's get some draw starts going. I woke up kind of congested today, so my snooter is a little bit clogged up. Let's play a Morchung. And this Morchung, this one is all stainless by Vera Ram. And it's played against the teeth. Oh, we summoned Vera Ram. Namaste, Vera Ram. We were just speaking of you. We were playing your Afghan Morchung. Be sure to follow Gokharam Vera Ram Morchung Maker on the YouTube. This is Vera Ram, and I also have his father's. And Porky Miller, on request, he can sell the Gokharam Morchung. We did get some harps from Gokharam, his father, who just passed away. And Vera Ram. I find that the higher pitched harps, when they got draw starts, they sound a little bit more trippy, whereas the lower pitched harps sound a little bit more almost like robotically creepy. There's a certain asymmetrical quality that I notice in lower pitch draw starters so much more than in higher pitch. I try to really throw in like stutters as fast as I can. So I'll stutter for a second, then I'll get back off it, back into my regular open close, and I'll stutter for a second. Ben's Mesharos, and I got to be careful saying people's names because some people, like as a prank that they think it's funny, they'll put like bad words in their name, but with weird spelling. So I always got to like spend a moment processing. Like, can I say this name live on the YouTube? Yes, I do happen to have the Jerome. My go-to every day. Well, just throw it up and catch it. My go-to everyday banger harp that I play in both directions is my Zalagi Blackfire Jerome A1. This one was made by Zoltan Zalagi. This one was made by Aaron Zalagi, the son of Zoltan Zalagi. All my Zoltans, a lot of times I don't play them as much because Zoltan really doesn't build much anymore. Vim says, can you play the Gravity Coil sound? I love these comments. Yes, Gravity Coil. If you want to do Gravity Coil, just go you're going to have to do two things with your mouth. What I want you to do is before you have the harp, we're just going to practice this dry. Go la 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 la, and then go. What was it? So what you're going to do without vocalizing is do that same la 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 la, and at the end of it, click the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. So that's gravity coil, and you don't get a lower pitch harp that has a draw star or lower pitch robotic harp. Just get yourself a higher pitch unsaturated, and there's the gravity coil. There's the gravity coil right there. SS Slinger says, "Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah, this is a Tamil Nadu Morsing from India, from the southern part of India." Let's get back on it. Somebody was commenting about, and I'm just going to trance out for a second and play the harp, just drift and see just where we go. Here is somebody who's commenting, do I still have a Durome? Here's the Durome from Aaron Zalagi. I'm going to have to modify my technique a little bit because my nose it's congested. It's almost plugging itself shut. So I'm doing several different things there. I'm hitting the mutes. I'm you-hoo, yeah, you-hoo, yeah, you-hoo, yeah, you-hoo, yeah, yeah, you-hoo, yeah, you-hoo, yeah, you-hoo, yeah, you, yeah, you, yeah, without vocalizing. But I'm also bringing my lips off too. I'm gonna hit it without the lips coming off. The mow, mow, mow. If you watched the tutorial that I don't remember what it was called, but it was something mow, mow. That same motion to make the mow, mow. Your lips have to touch, but with the harp, your lips can't touch. So your lips are going on, they're coming on the harp and leaving. So we'll go you hoo yeah you hoo yeah you hoo yeah you yeah yeah you yeah you yeah you yeah. And that bring your lips on and off, dual purpose, stack your functions when you're harping. So I'm not only doing that because I'm breathing, I'm leaning heavily on my outward breath. I need to get air back in my lungs so that mow, mow. Sometimes I'm not going to be breathing in or out. And sometimes if I need air, I'm going to suck the air in. Let's see that. As I bring my lips onto the harp versus off the harp with that. Notice the change in the timbre. When you're doing that, like think Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog here. When you think that, when you start doing that kind of like overtony singing without overtone singing with the harp, and then you bring your lips off of it. So the harps, some of the sounds going through the place with the reed, and some of it's coming on around. You get a really ethereal effect. We'll go, yeah, I'm silly. You're the one who signed up for this live upload, so you're going to see me making some silly noises, because I find that's one of the best ways to demonstrate the harps. Well, Vince Mazzaro says, "Oh, mine is not a bad word." Oh no. There are people who will take their name and then they'll word it in a way so that it convinces people to say it, so they say a bad word. But yeah. Oh, Boxstar Bets is out, man. Have a great Saturday evening. Where were they going? I just went off on a spiel on names, but let's make some ethereal sounds. Let's make some sounds. I'm going to drift on the harp a little bit, then I'm going to wrap it up. So I love y'all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more harpery. Make sure to keep your harps clean, keep them dry, keep them old. And most of all, be good to each other. And if you're wondering what I'm doing to maintain these harps, as I'm talking to you, I'm playing the harp, I wipe it off with a rag or with a napkin, and then I have just plain coconut oil in my jelly jar. I've been using the same jelly jar for years. When it gets empty, when it gets all the way to the bottom, I'll wash it out, and then I'll just pack more, just plain Jane coconut oil in it. Love y'all. Harp out. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Because we're going to wrap it up with that. Love y'all. Harp out. Let's see if I can hit that off button. I thought I'm like, ooh, I'll come up over the top of my phone and hit the off button, and it'll end the live upload. Didn't work like that. Audio. And I will see you next Saturday for Saturday Night Harp Live.